I'll
We
read
go.
the
This shit.
summary because this is one of those I'm not sure how to handle. Bear with me. When we explain this one to you, you're going to want to see it, but don't do that. That's the wrong message to get from this. Like, none of
You're
this
sitting here
is
lying
as
to these people.
interesting as it sounds, but it is one of those things you mull about later and say, what the fuck were they thinking? But the summary says, as her Christmas Eve wedding draws near, Jennifer is visited by an angel and shown what could have been if she hadn't denied her true feelings for her childhood best friend. I still can't figure this out. It was clearly a lesbian film, but it was also a Catholic lesbian, seemingly pro life film. And if you think that sounds really conflicted and are wondering how it works out, it really doesn't. None of this makes sense anytime. At some point, she meets her guardian angel, who is really gay, this guy, and he he lets her wake up in the new world where she sees what would have been, that kind of like Christmas miracle story all over again. She was going to be married to some fella, and then in the alternate universe, she has pursued the lesbian feelings that she had suppressed for her old high school crush or whatever, some other lady. And the real highlight though was when they're in the church and the Catholic priest decides to go off on a tirade to his audience about how, love is love and gay is fine and all of that. And some people get up and leave. And I guess the assumption is that everybody else who stays is solidly enough on board that he actually, because of confession and has this knowledge, he actually names all the gay people in the congregation who've been concealing it from everybody else, calls them up on the stage, and then he decides by the power invested in him, he's going to marry our protagonist and her girlfriend. And that gave me a great idea. I thought, I just imagined an alternative world where I wake up and I'm a Catholic priest, and I would be going to the church during the services and sermons and shit, and I would be using my powers to just like turn guys legally gay, because I'd be like, I now pronounce you man and man, and they'd be like, oh fuck, what? And I'd be like, power invested in me, motherfucker. Like I had never thought about that, but I would be like, oh, I would be fucking shit up. So anyways, I
That's
think
like
that should be the movie, or part of the movie or whatever, but he essentially did that in this movie. And then we learned that the guardian angel is actually the stillborn baby of the couple that would have been if she marries the guy or something like that. And if she goes back in time to follow, her lesbian proclivities, he's never going to exist. But he's like, I'm cool with it, and she's like, okay, then fuck you. And that's pretty much where it goes. She kills his ass, and then she goes and starts making out with her girlfriend, and it left us all really perplexed. All the singing stopped then, I tell you. And OBS was just like, fuck it, and just letting this pass. Pretending I didn't even see it.
Damn, girl.
Oh, yeah. The gay angel said girl and yes all the time. And like, it wasn't supposed to be funny either.
these people knew, whoever made this knew a lesbian in high school, and they knew a Mexican that married a white lady in their town, and that's what they used to build their characters, because that shit was foul. Like it made no type of fucking sense. Did they even speak Spanish? I heard some Spanish words, but I don't. I don't even know.
He took her to an alternative reality and she's getting all worked up. And he was like, girl, you need to chill.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.